Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater, and today we got to see the second trailer, the second official trailer for Godzilla King of Monsters. Now, I thought about doing a trailer reaction to this, but I opted against it because, quite frankly, Warner's is terrible when it comes to content ID claims. Universal is like even worse. So we're not going to be talking about that, but we will be looking at it through pictures and going through it bit by bit on that one. And so first things first, let's take a quick look here at the synopsis of what the film is, because the trailer didn't give us a lot of ideas as to what the movie was about, right? It was just monsters beating the crap out of each other, which I am not going to argue that is anything less than awesome. But it says here, Godzilla King of the Monsters is an upcoming American monster movie co-written and directed by Michael Daugherty. This is the sequel to Godzilla 2014 and will be the 35th film in the Godzilla franchise. Take that, Marvel. The third film in Legendary's Monsterverse, and the third Godzilla film to be completely produced by a Hollywood studio. The film stars Kyle Chandler, Vera Farmiga, Millie Bobby Brown, Bradley Whitford, Sally Hawkins, Charles Dance, Thomas Middleditch, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ken Watanabe, and Zhang Ziyi. So the sequel was greenlit during the opening weekend of Godzilla, which did really well back in 2014. So the premise here is that the new story follows the heroic efforts of the cryptozoological agency Monarch as its members face off against a battery of god-sized monsters, including the mighty Godzilla, who collides with Mothra, Rodan, and his ultimate nemesis, the three-headed King Ghidorah. When these ancient superspecies, thought to be mere myths, rise again, they all vie for supremacy, leaving humanity's very existence hanging in the balance. That does seem pretty freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie, pretty freaking cool. So let's take a look here at the images that they're going to present here. So what we've got is, there we go. So what we've got here is the first image. This is the title image here, which looks pretty cool. It does give a vibe back to the old 1950s style Godzilla movies. It opens with this shot really of the ocean, and you see a whole bunch of dead animals, a whole bunch of dead fish. And that I think ties in a bit of the whole global warming aspect of this particular movie, because they talked about it being like the earth is kind of like dying, and the monsters have to come and kind of set it right. This whole new franchise is going to have a real global warming slant to it, which makes sense given kind of where things are. We see a bit more here with Rodan just completely decimating what appears to be a town. Looking at the rooftops, it appears that it's more of a southern, like California or Arizona or Nevada style, maybe New Mexico. It's definitely in the south. Don't quite know where yet. We got this shot here of what appears to be a stealth fighter going over a Capitol building, heading towards what it looks like a cloud featuring Ghidorah. There's another quick shot where you see more heads, but I couldn't get a screenshot of it. Then we've got whatever the hell this thing is. It looks like scorpion stingers or some kind of crap. Is this like another monster we're just getting a quick shot of? Because remember, you had like the other Mutos in the first Godzilla movie, and we don't quite know if this could be more, right? If more monsters are coming to battle for supremacy on Earth, then this could be something else entirely. We got this shot of what appears to be Ghidorah in ice, right? Trapped in ice. And that could also be one of the, the same thing with Mothra, because Mothra was also encased in ice in another trailer. We see Mothra right here, kind of being birthed, I think. And again, Mothra is ultimately going to become a good guy, right? Like I think Mothra and Godzilla are going to team up to beat the crap out of King Ghidorah as well as Rodan, I think. Or I think Mothra and Ghidorah are going to beat the shit out of each other, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. We got this quick shot here of Ghidorah, but look how big he is compared. You can see the little guys at the bottom there. That's like how tall, how massive it is. And that was the thing too with Godzilla 2014 that I liked Garth Edwards' approach to it, is that, or Gareth Edwards' approach to it, sorry, I get the two mixed up, is that he shot it from a human perspective, right? From a ground level perspective, meaning that these people were going to battle each other. Like we were always looking at it up. We were always looking upward and seeing Godzilla and the other Mutos from that perspective. Here, all bets are off. No, that ain't happening. This is straight up monster v monster scenario here, where we've got the shot here of Mothra going in for a fight. I think at this point he's fighting Rodan. There was another quick shot I couldn't get a screen cap of where there was with stealth bomber being chased by Rodan. So I think like this is where they're going to collapse. So they're going to fight. They could be the shot too. They showed us near a volcano with Rodan either being birthed out of a volcano or somehow going to a volcano for some reason. This could be Mothra fighting them. And then you got this this badass shot here of Godzilla and King Ghidorah, and they are getting ready to fight. You can see that there's what appears to be a ship of some kind or some kind of object there in the water. It looks like it's going to be kind of out in the open. Got this real badass shot of Godzilla's face looking pissed off, right? That was again one of my favorite shots from the 2014 Godzilla was after he absolutely like blue lightnings the Mutos, right? He just goes like, huh. He just like, you know, or no, I think when he gets up after being knocked down, he kind of like shakes it off or whatever and like goes into fight. That was always pretty dope. Another badass shot here of Mothra with his wings getting all lit up. Again, it's different. Look at the different background. This is also rainy, right? And not the same one over here we had where this is all smoke and ash. So this is the volcano scene. This is the fight scene at the end here. And this is going to be Mothra, I think, teaming up with Godzilla to take on Ghidorah. We've got the Rodan here fighting against some fighter jets. Again, going back to that volcano scene, just looking at the background of it. You can see they're playing a lot with the oranges and the blues, and they've been juxtaposing them in the trailer quite a bit. Then we got Godzilla getting up to full speed through a city. He starts running, and he is getting that blue lightning ready to go. His spikes are lighting up, and you see all the planes behind him, right? But look, you see the planes here, and then right here in the shot, they're lining up behind him, like he's leading the charge into battle, and the fighter jets are going behind him. With how fast fighter jets go, and they're following behind Godzilla running, how fast is Godzilla going at full force? That is my question. That is seriously my question here. Then we got this last shot of them again in a city, Ghidorah and Godzilla getting ready to, again, they're chasing at each other, and it leads to this fight right here. This one really bad screenshot of them getting ready to just blast at each other. And it looks like, again, we see like water in the background. So we see, I think those are ships maybe in the background. So this is, again, is going to go back to the shot over here of them getting ready to fight. And I think, again, that ties into Mothra, who's going to be around to help Godzilla out for supremacy. Now, here's my real question to this is going to become, will we in fact see King Kong make an appearance in this one? Because, you know, right now they're getting ready to shoot King Kong versus Godzilla, right? Or Godzilla versus King Kong for a summer 2020 release. And so they're going to tie it in. I think that's going to finish up the Godzilla trilogy, maybe. But at the same time, isn't that kind of weird that they're going to do Godzilla versus Kong after Godzilla beats the crap out of all these other monsters? Or is it going to be Godzilla v Kong, and then they're going to end up using it like Batman v Superman, where it's like in the beginning they're going to fight each other, right? Spend the whole movie powering up like it's a long season of Dragon Ball Z, and then at the end, then there's another creation that comes that they have to go battle, right? Like their version of Doomsday. And anything could really happen here. I have no idea, but the trailer itself didn't give us much more than just monsters battling it out, right? And that to me is pretty cool, because the first trailer was establishing kind of like we're in this you know, environmental crisis, and they touched upon that in the first film, and then it's going to be, you know, making its way out to now these monsters are kind of fighting for supremacy. Again, I think what they just wanted to give us was a movie where monsters are fighting monsters, where there might be some type of, you know, environmental threat undertone, right? Some climate change undertone to the story, but this is what fans want. And maybe that's the whole reason here. What they're doing is they're giving us that type of story in order to get butts and seats. You came for the monsters and the monsters to fight each other. What you're going to get is a real somber tale about environmental problems. Which not gonna lie, is kind of what happened with Godzilla 2014, if you recall. Remember, the trailers were all like, Godzilla, dun dun, fighting, dun dun, on our world, dun dun, Godzilla May 2014, featuring Bryan Cranston and all the marketing, and then he dies like 20 minutes into the movie, you know, and then you're like, okay, cool, right? But I mean, that's the thing, is I think people didn't really like that Godzilla took a long time to get to the battles. This looks like it just kind of hits the ground running. And I think it's going to work, but it's opening middle of May. We're talking a few weeks after Avengers Endgame, and I don't know. I don't know. I would push this back a little bit. If I was Warner's, I would drop this to a dead time. I would drop this to August or maybe the end of July or something where there's maybe nothing just yet, but you're going to want to get out of the way of Avengers. And then also Memorial Day weekend is Aladdin, which is this comes out I think a week before that. So who knows? It's just I don't know if summer up against an Avengers movie is going to be what you want to do. You're going to want to give it a wide berth, like a full month, to let it make its money, so then you don't get entirely hosed. But anything can happen on this one. Very, very curious. Very, very, very curious to see what's going to go on with it. And I will definitely talk to you guys later on. So if you guys made it this far, type in Godzilla, call into our voicemail line at 818-350-3281 and get your questions answered on the call-in that airs on the weekend. And again, my name is Matt Jarbo. Have yourself a great day, guys, and peace out.